So after he passed, did the community, did the hip hop community reach out? Did Timberland reach out? Did
They attended the funeral. I'll say that.
Was the funeral here?
The funeral was here.
Okay.
And they attended the funeral, but from that point on, I have received no, Static left a huge catalog.
Right.
And
that's an understatement.
I just have, they all on their own thing, and at the end of the day, I look at it like this. Static had just finished his album.
And he was doing his own label, like OG Records, right?
No, not OG Records.
What's the name of it? It was a label though that was created.
There
right?
wasn't a label, not at that point. No. He was signed to Black Cherry. He had just signed a deal for his own album.
Okay.
So he had just finished an album, and that he made sure that none of them was on his album. So that should say something right there.
Wow.
My husband, no, he made his own way.
Wow.
He started out with Timberland and Missy now, but he made his own way. And at this point, I realized that I'm going to have to do the same. You can't expect people to keep it real and be 100. You know what I'm saying? You just got to elevate yourself.
Yeah.
So that, when the stars align, they'll be knocking on your door,
Now, I know that every time I've been to a show when Ginuwine comes here, he always makes sure he gives a shout out to Static. Well, did that relationship continue while he was alive?
How do I want to say this?
The truth.
Honestly, I think it wasn't on the best of terms when he passed, because Ginuwine, was kind of taking credit for writing Pony. There was a lot of, situations where I'm sitting with my husband, he's on BET, and they're asking, well, who wrote Pony? He said, I did.
Oh.
But at the end of the day, the truth is, he was giving credit.
Right.
Just on GP. That Static song, he wrote that song.
He wrote the entire song?
He wrote the song, and as a singer, they might have changed one or two words.
And that gives you a songwriting credit. There's a little publishing here and there.
Yeah. But that is Static's song, and there was times where he could have acknowledged Static, but he took all, he didn't want to take the attention off himself and put it on someone else. So
I guess that's why he felt like he got to do it.
And that's why Static stopped working with him. He couldn't, he had a couple little baby hits after Static, them jeans and stuff like that, but he couldn't buy a pony. He couldn't, he still can't get a pony. So
he also did some work on.
And then, wait a minute, let me tell you this too. I want to say this too. Now, if you're gonna give him acknowledgement, don't acknowledge him when it benefits you. Just so you can hear the crowd screaming and stuff. If you're only gonna do it in Louisville, you know what I'm saying? To me, that's not genuine. That's not genuine.
Right.
It's not genuine. It's not genuine.
Yeah, it's not genuine. I haven't heard him on anything.
Right. To acknowledge.
Because the line he gives when he comes here, he addresses the crowd and he says, shout out to my man Static, man. He said, we were on tour, man. This is what he says all the time. He said, we were on tour. And I would always say, this is my man Static Mates from Louisville. And he said, nah, he had to tell me, it's Louisville.
Yeah.
So that's the line that Ginuwine uses when he comes.
Only when he comes to Louisville.
I don't know what he does on tour, but I mean,
that's the only place he could say that line.
It's a lot of fake love that goes around. A lot of fake love, and I'm not gonna say, real is real and fake is fake. It's not. You can't no riding the fence. You know what I'm saying? Either you are, or you love is real, it ain't. Period.
Right.
And he also did some work on the Pretty Ricky album.
Yes.
Did some work on that. Man, there's a lot of things. So let's get to the event. You have this event planned, and from what I perceive, you want this to be an annual event?
Well, we'll see. We'll see. The last one I did was 5 years ago.
5 years.
Was it here or was it?
Here.
Okay.
It turned out well?
It did. She was there. Did you get to see the show?
Uh-huh.
So it turned out really well. I kind of intermingled a fashion show. For some reason, I kind of gravitated to the fashion. So that's like a brand that I kind of started. It's called Rip the Runway.
Okay.
And I may kind of incorporate it, you know, in this tribute just on GP. And it's just eye candy, you know, for people. Give people something to...
So you're a clothing designer? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not a clothing designer,
Okay,
but
so
I put on fashion shows.
You put on fashion shows.
And I have, like, clothing designer friends. And
So you're talking about bringing models to town?
Focus, bro.
Hold on. But first of all, Louisville has some of the prettiest women
Okay.
that you ever. I hear that everywhere I go.
Okay.
Like they're like Louisville. I have never seen they'll say I've never seen an ugly woman from Louisville.
Beg to differ, but
Very rare. Very rare.
no, Louisville does have
But
some
I think
beautiful
it,
women.
you know, and we age.
Gracefully.
Yes, we
So-
age. But I think it's the water. We have really good water here.
We do. Shout out to Louisville Water Company. So, hey, you know what? They actually won an award for their water.
They did. They
Yeah.
do it every year. They
I'm
win.
dead serious.
Best
'cause
tasting water in the country.
I know, and when I'm out of town, I'm like, it's our water. I'm telling you. That's why, you know, because I want to tell you how old I am, but people never believe how old I am.
All right, so you gonna get some little girls and throw some dresses on and put them on the runway?
Possibly. Possibly. We'll see. It's
Well,
a
what
lot
you
of
think, Tiandra?
things.
Hold on. What you the marketing?
I'm already working with her. See that? Thank you.
Okay, so the event is a memorial to Static Major.
It is.
So what do you see in this? So is there a venue yet?
Yes, it's going to be at the Gramercy on 3rd Street.
The Gramercy?
It's right directly next door to the Henry Clay.
Okay. Well, we know what that's at. We've been to plenty parties at the Henry Clay. So we're going to be at the Gramercy, so we want people to come out, party, celebrate the life of the late, great Static Major. Will Static's music be played?
Most definite. I'm working on a mixtape. We are reproducing and re-singing released music. Like, we're going through his catalog and we're revamping that, and I'm using unsigned artists instead of signed artists.
To sing some of his hits.
To sing some of his hits, and then from there, possibly I can use some of those artists. You know, I'm looking for feedback to see what's what, who's who.
So
you starting your own company? Yes, I was about to say, you starting your label?
I'm not interested in. I don't think I'm interested in the label because I don't want to babysit artists.
Right.
Artists can be fickle, and a lot of them are not loyal. I mainly am interested in maybe like a production company. Okay. The writers and the producers, you know. I will, you know, do a demo and shop a deal, you know, for artists.
So more like an agent?
I can, not necessarily. I'll shop a deal and, you know, we'll work out
the
numbers and all that.
So you still have industry connects, is what you're saying?
Most definite, yeah. Most definitely.
See, she don't be like, she ain't gonna, you know, get on social media like name drop or post her moves, you know.
You're supposed to. Your left hand don't know how to know what your right hand's doing.
That's right.
So have you reached out to any local artists yet as far as performing? I mean, I think Corey Black would be a good one.
She's involved.
Oh, she's involved already?
Yeah, she's involved.
Okay.
Well, you know what? We'll see. I'm not making no promises. I'm not making no promises to anybody. You got to show up.
And show out, right?
You got to show up and show out.
All right,
We'll
so is this going to be a upscale event or what's?
It is. It's definitely going to be upscale. Dress code strictly enforced. I'm only selling a few tickets. It's only I'm only selling 200 tickets.
So how many?
And
You're
that's
selling
not a
200,
lot.
right? You're selling 200, and that's it?
200 tickets, and then I
It's
think I might
exclusive.
sell 100 VIP, maybe. You'll see. But it's definitely going to be exclusive. So if you want to come, you have to get your ticket now. And, you know, definitely I've had some really good RSVPs. But you know how the industry is. You don't want to announce it because they may come or may, you know.
So there may be some surprise.
We'll see where the love
Right.
is. Put it like that. We see where the real
I'm
love
going to ask
is.
you, are you still cool with Smoking Ben?
I am.
I'm trying to get Smoke up here today, but they had some prior engagements, but they might make it up here next week. So I know Smoking Ben will definitely be in attendance for that. Now you have a female.
I have Black is going to host the show for me.
Who is?
Black.
Black.
Ben, right?
Black Smoke.
Yeah.
Black in the group.
Ben.
I know the name. I know Ben and Smoke.
You know about Ben. His name is Black.
What,
Black?
Black?
Black.
Yeah, Black.
His
My
group
bad.
name is Black.
Yeah, Black.
So you
Black
must know Ben. Did you know grow up with Ben or something? Because only people who know Ben.
Yeah, call
him Ben. So I'm just wondering, do you know
He
him?
meant black, you know.
Yeah, it said it's black.
I'm sitting there like confused.
Right.
Black. It says, yeah.
All right, so Black is going to host the event.
Yes.
All right, so let's get back to the female models. So you're going to have female models. So look, if you have female